Hello and welcome everyone. In this lecture I'm going to show you how to install Ubuntu on VirtualBox. So first head to virtualbox.org, press download, and then down here press Windows Hosts and you'll see that it starts to download. Once you've downloaded that, press the executable so it loads. You'll need to follow through the setup and agree to the license agreement. The installation may take several minutes. Once it's installed, you'll be given this option and just press finish. You can then see that VirtualBox has installed correctly. You should be able to see any previous virtual machines you had. In your case, there probably will be none. So now we need to download Ubuntu Linux. So we have the ISO ready to install on the virtual machine. So let's head over to Google. At Google, we're just going to search for Ubuntu download. And you'll see this one, ubuntu.com desktop. Once you're here, just press download and then press download now. And then it will start downloading. This can take some time because it's quite a large file, being 6 gigabytes. Once it's downloaded, come back to this video. Now that you've downloaded Ubuntu ISO, head over to VirtualBox, press Machine, New. And I'm going to call it Ubuntu 3 because this is my third operating system. You'll see version by here. Change it to Ubuntu 24.04 LTS. You'll see an option for ISO image. Select the one that we just downloaded, the Ubuntu 24. Press skip unattended installation because we want to install this manually so you can see how to do it. Next, we're going to go to hardware. We're going to crank up the base memory to 8,192 megabytes. If you want less than that, you can. I'm going to use 6 processors. And then I'm going to press hard disk. And I'm going to select how much storage space I want. For me, 25 gigabyte is more than sufficient. For you, if you're going to be using this every single day, maybe 100 gigabyte or more would be more efficient for you. If you have a specific purpose like I do, then 25 gigabytes is more than enough. This doesn't mean that 25 gigabytes will be used immediately. It just means the virtual disk can grow to 25 gigabytes in size. If you want 25 gigabytes to be reserved immediately, then press pre-allocate full size, and then that'll ensure that the virtual disk is large enough for 25 gigabytes. Once you've selected all of this, press finish. Right-click, press settings. Press display. Change the graphics controller to VBox SVGA and crank the video memory all the way to 128 megabytes. Press OK and then double click your VirtualBox instance, in my case Ubuntu 3, so that it will load your operating system. Now, currently you won't have anything on your operating system because the virtual disk is empty. But it will be loading from the optical drive you inserted earlier, your Ubuntu ISO file. Now this can be thought of essentially as a virtual CD player. Okay, it's the equivalent of putting a CD in your real machine, right? Okay, so we're booting from the disk, the virtual disk. Once this is loaded, press try or install Ubuntu. The goal here is that we want to install Ubuntu on the virtual hard disk that we just created, the 25 gigabyte one. Or yours might be bigger if you change those settings. The setup will load and this can take some time. You'll now see this screen loading up saying preparing Ubuntu. You just have to patiently wait until it displays more options. You can now choose your language. I'm going to select English and press next. You can now just press next. I use the UK keyboard. You can select your keyboard. Press next. Now you can select use wired connection because it's not actually a really wired connection, it's virtual hardware. So even if you're on Wi-Fi, VirtualBox might emulate a wired connection, even if there isn't one. So you can just select use wired connection and press next. You can press skip. Make sure you press install Ubuntu. Press next. I recommend the interactive installation. Press next. You can use the default selection. Press next. I do recommend installing third-party software. Press this and press next. You're going to select erase disk and install Ubuntu. Now you don't need to worry because this is talking about the virtual disk you created. Your real hard disk will not be erased. This is just the virtual hard disk you created earlier, the the 25 gigabyte one. So just press next. Now you want to enter your name. I'm going to use Daniel. You want to enter your password. I'm just going to use password for this demonstration. And I recommend you keep this checked. Require my password to log in. And the reason I recommend that is because once I forgot my password, and then I could never gain root privileges, administrative privileges. So by requiring your password every time you log in, it will ensure that you don't forget your password, right? Because you essentially develop a habit. So yeah, press next. Select your location. I'm currently in Sofia, Varna City in Bulgaria. So I'll use Sofia time zone. Press next. And then press install. And you can see this is copying the files now, okay? Next, you'll just press restart now. And then click devices, optical drives, remove disk from virtual drive. But wait for a moment until it gives you the please remove installation medium. And then once it says that, devices, optical drives, remove disk from virtual drive. And then you just press enter, guys, okay? And then it's going to reboot. And you can see Ubuntu is now loading. Now this isn't the end of the video, so please keep watching because there's something else we need to do. We need to install VirtualBox additions, which will allow us to use our virtual machine in full screen. If you do not install VirtualBox additions, you will not be able to use your virtual machine in a full screen way. It will be stuck as this little square box, which no one wants that, right? So as soon as it loads, we can then install VirtualBox additions. Now it's loaded, I'm going to put in my password, which is password, and press enter. Now you'll see this tiny screen. It doesn't look very good, right? So what we need to do is first just skip through this setup. We don't really need to do anything with that. And then press devices, install guest edition CD image, just on VirtualBox. And that's basically going to insert the guest edition CD image, right? Which is here. That's the equivalent of you putting in a CD into your real machine, right? Okay. So you can see this contains software to run. So we can just press run software and then press run. And just put in your password. That's going to install. And you can see it's complaining, right? It's complaining that we need to install bzip2 and tar. So let's just open up a new window by right-clicking and pressing new window. And we're going to say sudo apt install bzip2 tar. Now bear in mind, these are on the same lines, yeah? So then you're just going to press enter and put in your password. And then you just press yes. And then it's going to go through and install all of those. And we're going to try the installation again. And it may complain about something else, but we're going to keep doing it until we've installed everything it needs. So we're going to press run software again. Then we're going to press run. We're going to write password. We can see this time it's okay. And it's running the installer. This can take some time. And we can see it's complaining about GCC and Perl packages and us not being set up to build kernel modules. So we can fix this easily enough. Let's go back to the terminal and we need to install some packages. So sudo apt install, and remember this is all on the same line, guys. It's just wrapping around. So we're going to say build-essential dkms, and then finally we need the Linux headers, which are essentially the header files for the Linux kernel that VirtualBox will use to help build the driver, okay? Because it's compiling from source. And while we're at it, just make sure GCC is installed too. We're going to use GCC. And then we're going to say linux-headers $$ bracket uname -r. And that'll just ensure that we're installing the correct Linux headers. Okay, so these are all the packages you want to install. Press enter. Press yes. It's going to install all of those. Might take some time. Now we should have everything, I believe now. So let's do run software again. We're going to press run, put in our password. It might be removing some old files from the previous failed installation. And there we go. You see it says building the modules for kernel 6.11. So that's what we wanted to see. So it's actually compiling the Linux driver, the graphics driver, from source, essentially, guys, okay? So you just have to wait some time for this to complete. And now you should see that this was successful, which we can see correctly. So the system needs to be restarted, okay? So we're going to press enter, and then we're going to press machine, reset, or if you prefer, we can do it a safer way. We can just power down here and press restart. And that's just more of a safer shutdown since the operating system was running. And we just need to wait, and with any luck, it should boot in full screen. Or at least after we log in, it should be in full screen. You can see my account. I'm going to log in with password. And then, guys, it should be in full screen. Now, just in case something went wrong for you and it still wasn't full screen, because that can happen sometimes. In that particular case, rather than run the automatic installer, right-click here, open in terminal. And we're just going to manually run autorun.sh and then put in your password. And this will just ensure that you're manually installing it rather than using the run software here. And then it'll go through the setup again once more. And you just need to wait. It'll remove the old one and reinstall the new one. And then finally, guys, you can just type the command reboot, which I'll show you in a minute. And then obviously after that's happened, then you can just press enter and then do reboot manually like that. And then hopefully then you'll have the full screen, okay? If you still don't have the full screen after all of this, just drop a comment in the YouTube video and I'll try to assist you. So hope you enjoyed this free video teaching you how to install VirtualBox and Ubuntu. Take care.